Hey folks, welcome back to the Vegas Don channel. We're here testing out the live stream for the very first time on this Saturday night. We are we are currently here off of Charleston Boulevard and Fort Apache, and we're gonna back out of this. We are about to take off here from. We're here at Charleston Boulevard and Fort Apache Road, and we're about to take off from here, and let's get out of this little parking spot here, and hopefully the stream is working correctly as we wait for someone who wants parking spot. I don't have a parking spot, so I'm gonna go around him. Goodness knows how long this vehicle will take to leave. Okay. Cheesecake Factory here. Grimaldi's. Grimaldi's is a good place to eat. If you've never been, I strongly recommend it. I think they have a location down on the Strip too. Very good pizza. And we're going to stop here and proceed. There's a Lee's Discount Liquors there. It's funny, they're right next door to a Total Wine. We're going to make this left out of here and head out here to Rampart. And you can see the sun setting here in Vegas. Ordinarily, I would be doing a sunset video, but got out of the house today and had to get some stuff done, so decided to try and go live for the very first time. I hope it's coming through. We're gonna go over here to Charleston Boulevard and then go back east towards Fremont Street, and then hopefully we're gonna spend a little time down on Fremont, and I don't know how much of that I'll be able to live stream because of the copyright, and there's a lot of live music down there and stuff, so have to see how that goes. Temperature right now 81 degrees Fahrenheit here in Sin City. We're in the west part of town here, just south of Summerlin Parkway, in between Summerlin Parkway and Charleston Boulevard. It is, this area is called, I think it's called Boca Park. And so, hearing someone grinding gears around here somewhere. Yeah, it's called Boca Park. Oh, yes, it says it right there on the street sign. And, those condos right there are actually very expensive. Seen ads for them on, Redfin, and I don't know why they're so expensive. And then your HOA is like $1,500 a month, which certainly has to be enough to cover water, sewer, and power, but God knows what else they're charging for. Finally got the green light. Blessed to get the green light here. So here we go. Southbound on Rampart, which becomes Fort Apache Road on the other side of Charleston Boulevard. So that's only a little bit confusing, especially for folks who aren't used to it. And there's the sign for Boca Park. A lot of shopping, a lot of dining here. There's a North Italia right here on the right. I know that's a chain. Flower Child, Talbot's. We're gonna make this left and go eastbound on Charleston Boulevard. Chick-fil-A over there on the other side of the street. The other corner as we come up to a Bentley here in front of us. There's definitely some money out here. Actually, the Suncoast Casino is just north of us here off of Summerlin Parkway and Rampart. And that place, they've had presidential rallies at. So there's definitely some money out in this area. And this is East Summerlin. This is not, you know, the Summerlin that a lot of folks tend to think of when they hear Summerlin in Las Vegas. Summerlin east is, it's an older part of town, but they keep it up well. Not like what we've seen on the east side of town. If you looked at any of the videos we've done before, those videos, yeah, they're not exactly, it doesn't look like this, I'll say. So, they just paid more attention to this side of town out here on Charleston coming into Summerlin. And certainly also on Sahara Avenue as well. It just looks a lot nicer than it does over on the east side. And then the calls for service, you don't have the calls for service that they do. There's a California Fish and Grill over there across the street. Never heard of that place. There's also a Dick's Sporting Goods over there. And a, what's that say? I can't tell what that says. Mukalege something? Car wash there, hand car wash there at the Shell gas station. Finally got the green light here at Charleston, so we're going to proceed eastbound on Charleston Boulevard here. Whole Foods there. Video poker there on the left. That is called, it's probably part of a chain, Rustic House. Rustic House Kitchen, Taps and Gaming, it says there. And the Bentley wants to get over. It's a pretty car. 4-door. Dottie's, that's another gaming institution. Not really a sports bar per se. I've only been in one. I'm not a gambler, so you know, these little gambling halls don't really do anything for me. But I went into one just out of curiosity once, and it's just a little gambling hall. It's not even a really sports bar per se. I think they have like 1 or 2 beers on draft, which, you know, usually are the mainstream things that a lot of folks tend to like, etc. Piccoli Plaza here, coming up to an area called Piccoli Ranch, demarcated by the Tenaya Road up here. So we come up to the light at Durango. And I don't know if it's Durango Road, Durango Boulevard, because they just have Durango on it. If you haven't already, please like, follow, and subscribe to us. Helps recommend us to other viewers. Sherwin-Williams across the street there. And now it just doesn't look as nice. Now that we're east of Durango. It's like a giant sucking noise that takes, or you hear like a giant sucking noise that takes all of the money from the suburbs here in town and just goes right into the casinos. And there are casinos all over town. There's a casino almost on every corner. In fact, I mean, if you've never been here, there are casinos in the airport. I mean, there's slot machines and stuff. No table games, but there's slot machines. Light here at Cimarron Road. Star Nursery there on the left. Popular place for plants and etc. here in town. But they don't have, yeah, they have like Dottie's, and they have station casinos. Those tend to be a little bit bigger and also tend to house hotels. Looks like we got some police activity up here. Maybe a collision. Not sure. Looks like it's in the right lane. So we're gonna get back over. Come up here to the light at Buffalo Drive. Police activity on both sides of the road here. Guess we'll find out what this is about. Looks like it's an ambulance on the other side. And a fire truck here on the right side. Maybe. And I don't know. Can't tell what happened. I certainly see the police up there. And it looks like they're turning folks around. Yeah, they're being waved around, so we're gonna go ahead and turn around. Well, that's all right. Now we're headed back west on Charleston for the moment. And we'll go back out here to Buffalo, make a left and go down to Sahara, the other, well, the closest major east-west arterial here. Charleston and Sahara both about a mile apart, I would say. Both going all the way from the east side of the valley over out to the west side. There's a Molly's Gaming and Spirits there. Open 24 hours, as most of the gaming halls are. Yeah, they're still turning people around behind us there. And some of the homes here lining Charleston Boulevard. McDonald's doesn't have its golden arches lit up there. We're gonna head down to Fremont Street here. I don't know how long I'll be able to live stream because, of course, with the copyright issue coming into play, there's a lot of music down there playing. So I'll try and do as much of it as I can. But right now we've got to get around this roadblock that we've encountered. You can see the price of gas there. Self-serve, regular, $4.71. That is, yeah, diesel is $4.06, cash price. Just a really windy, blustery day here today. Car says it's 81 out there, but it's been really windy. Took a bunch of video earlier out by Hoover Dam, as well as the 7 Magic Mountains. If you haven't heard about that, I'll be posting that video a little bit later this evening. But I wanted to get footage down at Fremont Street, show you the craziness down at Fremont, at least for a little bit. And finally got the green light here, the turn signal. So we're going to turn left and go south here on Buffalo. Buffalo is a major north-south artery, however, it does not go all the way through to its southwest part of town namesake. It gets cut off by a golf course. This roadway is pretty rough shape. Speed limit 35. Delray Avenue, City Park. Usually they give those types of parks names, but this one doesn't have a name. Just a city park. You can see some of the apartments lining Buffalo here as we come down to Oakey. O-A-K-E-Y, if you're following along at home. Continue southbound on Buffalo here into a very strong headwind. You can sort of see the trees up there just hammered by these winds. They've been all over the place today. That's really one of the remarkable things about 7 Magic Mountains out there. And when I post that video later, you guys get to see that. Those boulders, the stacked boulders that are painted on top of each other, they're just, it's like the winds don't seem to have affected it. Whereas you look at like Bryce Canyon and some of the rock formations out here, the winds just, you know, shape the rock face. And maybe they'll end up doing that to the 7 Magic Mountains after about 1,000 years, but Honda West dealership here on the right. And this is the one of the zones here in town for car dealerships here on West Sahara. There's another one on East Sahara as well, east of Eastern Avenue. You can see Mercedes-Benz over there, as well as the Stratosphere straight ahead in the distance there. And here is Tenaya. So that was probably the intersection where the accident occurred up there that turned us around. And there's a Genesis of Las Vegas, Fletcher Jones Imports, used cars, Acura, Mazda, Tesla over there on the right, BMW. As we come up to the light here at Rainbow. Rainbow Boulevard. Or as they put it here, Rainbow BL. Speaking of Tesla, there's one in front of us here. 73 degrees according to the marquee there on the BMW sign. You can see all the 2024 and maybe even a few 2025 BMWs over there on the lot. There's a Buffet Asia over there on the other corner. Not a whole lot of buffets left here in town. The pandemic killed off a lot of the buffets. Most of the casinos now are turning to what they're calling food halls. Really not all that dissimilar from food courts like you would see in the malls, but they call them food halls. So yeah, they're doing food halls instead of the buffets at the casinos now. And some of the there's the one, what's it called, Bacchanal at Caesars, that still has they still have their buffet, but it's like $90 a person or something. CarMax over there on the right. So I mean, you really need to try and eat your money's worth there. Lex dealership there on the left. Another gambling hall, Sammy's restaurant and bar there. They have wood-fired pizza there. That's pretty good. I've actually had that, and really rather good. Come up to the light here at Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines Drive. And again, the Stratosphere there in the distance. You can pretty much see the Stratosphere anywhere, from anywhere here in town. Toyota dealership on the left, Audi dealership on the right. As we continue eastbound here on Sahara Avenue. Eurocycle there on the right. Popeyes. I think we passed that Popeyes earlier. As we come up to the light here at Jones Boulevard. Just past 7:30 p.m. here. Nissan dealership. There's really 4 areas here in town where they have all these car dealerships aggregated like this. Here on West Sahara, East Sahara, down in Henderson off of Auto Show Drive, right off the US 95 highway, and then up at Centennial, the northwest part of town. Those are really the only ones. There'll be a few hit or miss, like secondary finance type of places, but usually they're all zoned for the same area. There's a Kia dealership, Cadillac dealership, certified pre-owned Cadillac there, and a Big Lots. Would try to go down the strip tonight, but it's a Saturday night and there's no way. The traffic will be way too bad. And this is the light here at Decatur Boulevard. Continuing eastbound on Sahara. Go ahead and get over here. Nope, can't get over there. Looks like a food truck of some sort there. On the right side there. Sporting Life Bar, Home Field. Never heard of that before. Wonder if there's gaming in there. The gaming places, I don't care about the gaming. I don't gamble, but it's the smoke that bothers me. If there's gambling, they tend to smoke, so that's the one thing that tends to get to me. Saka Japanese Bistro there on the right. As darkness begins to fall here in Sin City. Approaching the light here at Valley View. Yeah, there's not a lot of using your turn signals here in town. Oh my. That Benz is just going crazy. There's a turn signal. How about that? Approaching the light here at Rye, and here comes the traffic as we approach Interstate 15. Major arterial here on the west coast. Goes all the way from just east of Los Angeles all the way up to the Canada border. up through Utah, a sliver of Arizona, Utah, and then Idaho. So we come up to the light here at Richfield Boulevard, Idaho, and then Montana before it hits the Canadian border. All you can eat Korean barbecue and sushi. Approaching the light here at Teddy Drive and Palace Station, one of the many Palace stations that we mentioned earlier. Station Casinos owns several of these casinos around town. The pandemic shut about 3 or 4 of them. The ones in the northwest part of town off of Rancho were shut down, and they sold the property. They came and demolished the entire hotel casino and sold the property, but then they're buying land for new places down by Inspirada, and they just opened up Durango Station out there on the southwest part of town off of Durango and the 215. As we cross over the railroad tracks here on Sahara Avenue headed eastbound. Nightclub party April 12th. DJ Nave? Is that how that's pronounced? I'm not sure. And there is Golden Steer Steakhouse, a very popular steakhouse. Used to be a, reportedly used to be a mob hangout there at that steakhouse. There's Allure Las Vegas condo. And the grounds here on the right side of us here, this is where they hold Life is Beautiful, as well as, goodness, what's the other concert that they hold there? We're gonna go down the strip real quick here, just to, since we're live for the first time. I'm gonna try and see how bad the traffic is. We are headed southbound on the Las Vegas Strip on this Saturday night. Welcome to all of you. There is the Fountain Blue there on the left, where we've read about the $24 tacos, or not $24 nachos that had 6 chips in them. Read about that on Facebook. That was fun. As we come up to the light here at Sky Las Vegas, which is a condo. And a billboard truck here on the left of us. In addition to the Fountain Blue, which first started construction back in 2007. I'm sorry, it was discontinued in 2007, never finished, and then they finally finished it back in 6 months ago, and finally got it working and up and running. So Circus right there. We're gonna get behind the billboard truck. Don't want to be in the right lane here on the strip because it tends to be really slow. Folks turning and things like that, and of course you've got the pedestrian crossings as well. Resorts World right there on your right. You can see the Conrad marquee there. Circus on the right as well. As we wait at the light at Elvis Presley Boulevard. I want to thank all of you so very much for being here tonight. We really appreciate all of you. Please do like, follow, and subscribe to us if you haven't already. We sit here on the world famous Las Vegas Strip in traffic. Back in the olden days, I was Don in traffic back at Zimmerman and Partners Advertising, and now I'm still in traffic. Wynn and Encore are up here on the left. I don't think they're coming out very well yet. We got to get a little closer up there. Hans Zimmer is live at Resorts World. Hear a siren somewhere. I don't see anything yet. Imagine being one of these guys that drives. Oh, there's the Sphere, but it's not lit. There it goes. Okay. There it sort of goes on the left there. I love the Sphere personally, and it's awesome seeing it, especially at night. Gorgeous. It's lots of fun for the kids there. They have Thunderdome for the kids. Resorts World and Encore here on the left. And we're gonna go ahead and get through this light. Denny's there for your late night munchies, as well as Ross Dress for Less in case you didn't bring the clothing you need for the club. Fuhu, Fred Seagal. You see the Denny's over here. Another liquor store there. Convention center there. This is considered the North Strip. It's the northern part of the strip here on Las Vegas Boulevard. If you're on the East Coast, I want to thank you so much for being here. I know it's approaching 11 o'clock back there, back east. This is when the Vegas Strip really comes to life here on the weekends especially. Treasure Island, Venetian, Palazzo. You see the pedestrians there. A lot of pedestrian traffic here this weekend, despite the wind. The winds have been really wild all day. Out of the southwest, about 15-20 miles an hour. There's the Palazzo and Venetian. If you ever wanted to see the Sphere, request a room at the Palazzo or Venetian on the east side of either of those hotels, because that's where the Sphere is located. In fact, there's an apartment complex right to the south of the Sphere that has complained profusely because they say that they are kept up all night by that brightly lit LED screen there. And there is the Wynn entrance. And there's a UFC event, I think, is that tonight? Tonight. Let me get over here in the left lane. I'm not sure where it's held. It might be held at T-Mobile, which would be up here on the right. Well, we're not going to go near it because the crowd will be crazy. You can see the Wynn marquee here. And this Venetian marquee here with the Grand Canal shops. That's where your gondoliers are, where you can take the gondola ride through the man-made but still beautiful canals there in the Venetian. The Cove Bar and Arcade inside Treasure Island. They're trying to attract parents with children. Stick your kids in the daycare, that is also known as an arcade, and head down to the casino floor. New Amsterdam vodka, official vodka of UFC. And then there's what's-her-face Vanderpump. As we cross Spring Mountain Road, Chinatown is just to the right of us here, to the west of us. There is Treasure Island, all dressed up with its pirate ship. Right there. I don't know what time they do their shows, but Treasure Island right there. Walgreens here. You do have a lot of drugstores and liquor stores here along the strip. You don't necessarily have to go down to the gift shop to get your drink or your coffee, etc. They do have other retail outlets. The prices, of course, tend to be a little bit more expensive, but they're not as bad as the gift shops. The gift shops are just brutal. I've seen receipts on Facebook, people paying $8 for a 16-ounce bottle of water. Just crazy. And there is the Palazzo right there. Good shot of the Palazzo with its marquee out front. That is not showing anything. Okay, there it goes. And there's its entrance there. Ghost Bar, nightlife icon, is back at the Palms. Palms is to the west of the strip. It's, I would probably call it about a mile and change just west of the strip. That's the ad on the taxi taxi roof just in front of us there. Big bus Las Vegas tours passing the other way there. Sirens Cove Boulevard on the west side of the street. It's just called Palazzo Drive on the east side of the street. The Mirage upcoming. Mirage is where they're going. Guitar Hotel that is featured down in Hollywood, Florida. There's the Venetian there. And that Guitar Hotel will be featured right there in the front where the volcano currently is, but will be replaced by. And ads. I think her place is inside Caesars. That's probably why they're advertising right there out in front of Caesars. And those columns are actually, those aren't LED, those are LED columns. For a minute there, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. They incorporated columns in there. Corinthian columns, but no, that's just an LED screen. Harrah's over here on the left. Another long-time strip staple here, along with the link behind it. Jerry Seinfeld live there at Caesars, along with Nobu Hotel. And they're advertising something called Unfrosted on Netflix, featuring Jerry Seinfeld over here on a marquee that I can't really make out. The blue lights up there, as you see, are the Cosmopolitan on the side of the building. Beautiful, beautiful building up there. Gordon Ramsay's kitchen is over here on the right at Harrah's. Finally got the green light here. This is also the track they use for Formula One racing in the Formula One race in October. Which has been a nightmare. Last year was a total nightmare down here because they could not construction. And we're RuPaul Drag Race Live there, advertising at Flamingo. Jimmy Buffett. Go the dodo bird here very shortly. I think it's at the end of May. Some sort of licensing thing from what I understand. Look at this little lobby area here. You can see some TVs there in the background behind this little bar here attached to Harrah's. And the Eiffel Tower replica, which is 1/2 the size of the actual Eiffel Tower in Paris, is up there on the left at Paris, appropriately named Paris. Bellagio is just past the Caesar's Palace over here on the right. That is Caesar Palace there on the right. And then Caesar's right out front there. You can see him right at the entrance. In the past, they've put Raider jerseys on him or Golden Knights jerseys on him. That's fun. As well as the Statue of Liberty up here in front of New York, New York. They've done it there too. Giordano's, another ad for Giordano's. And tons of pedestrian traffic here this Saturday night. And it's cooled off nicely. It's down to 77 now, and with the winds whipping around. Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club there. It's become quite nice here. And I think it was just last weekend, it was like freezing outside last Saturday. Finally got the green light here at Caesar Palace. And continuing southbound on Las Vegas Boulevard, also known as the Las Vegas Strip. Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen on the right, as well as the Flamingo on the left here. And I believe Bugsy and Myers Steakhouse, named of course for Bugsy Siegel, who started the Flamingo there. Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen there. And again, just a reminder, please do like, follow, and subscribe to us on YouTube and on TikTok. It helps recommend us to other viewers. You can see an LED screen up there at the top of the Cosmopolitan. That's pretty cool. Crossing the intersection here at Flamingo. It's a major intersection here at the Las Vegas Strip. And you can see the traffic on the other side. Goodness, that is a lot of traffic. We're gonna get out of this lane here and get back over. And as soon as I did that, then the lane I left is moving. Beer Park, heard a lot about that place. I was gonna try and go there a couple weekends ago, but haven't been able to get in there. You have to pay to park to go just about anywhere here. I think Treasure Island's the only one that doesn't have paid parking down here on the Strip anymore. Here's a pretty cool shot of the Eiffel Tower there, beyond the palm tree. Bellagio here on the right, along with its fountains. I believe the fountains run every 15 minutes, or is it 30 minutes, something like that. Miracle Mile shops. Aria, Waldorf Astoria up there on the right. Planet Hollywood there on the left. Used to be the just waiting for the traffic to move a little bit here. And it's actually moving better than it did there the Saturday before the Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl was held here 2 months ago, because it was really bad that Saturday night. I mean, that Saturday before, Saturday afternoon. I have those videos up on my channel if you want to take a look at those. Got the cops parked up in the median here for some reason. Beauty and Essex. Okay. Get back over in this lane. So we come to the light here at Harmon. Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile shops. On this Saturday night in Sin City. You can see the pedestrian crosswalks up there. When the race comes, they're going to plaster opaque covering all over the pedestrian walkways so that you can't watch the race for free. There are a lot of people who just don't even want to deal with the stupid race anymore. I'm definitely include myself in that camp. Have to ask yourself at some point, is the juice worth the squeeze? And in my humble opinion, no, it is not. As you look up there at Planet Hollywood, right there. Moved a couple of inches forward. Brian Newman being advertised at Park MGM. Used to be the Monte Carlo. That's where Italy is. It's all the Italian eateries. Mariah Carey also being advertised at Park MGM. On this Saturday night. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, it's a collision. That's why we're all stopped. There's a collision right there. Oh, no, it's not a collision. It's just so-and-so's blocking the intersection. All of that because people want to block the intersection. And there are shops. You can see some of the names there. Tom Ford, Tiffany, Dolce & Gabbana. This is really bumpy. Stretch of roadway right here. Brewdog right there. I've heard a lot about that place. Haven't been in there, but I've heard a lot about it. Park MGM and MGM Grand up here on the left. But Beer Park is the one that has the outdoor seating right on the strip where you can sit and people watch. That's got to be pretty cool. I've never done it. More shopping right there. Coca-Cola bottle. So we continue southbound on Las Vegas Boulevard. Have the Tropicana Avenue here. Another major intersection here on the Las Vegas Strip. Tropicana being a major east-west artery here in town. There's the Excalibur on the right. Tropicana, which is, I don't know why the lights are on over there. It's been closed for a week. But they're supposed to be demolishing that place for the to make way for the A's ballpark. The Oakland A's are moving here in 2028. They still have all the lights on there. That's weird. The lights are on, but no one's home. Luxor over here. Pyramid. We've had, they put up the Doritos ad on the side of the Luxor there, unfortunately. I think it was a little undistinguished, but that's my humble opinion. And they still have a billboard up here for Tropicana, albeit right next to the Tropicana, but this place is about to be demolished in October. And they're going to build a Major League ballpark right here where you see these two buildings, these two hotel buildings, and destroy the whole thing. These lights tend to be very long down here. There's a tram that runs between the Excalibur, Luxor, and Mandalay Bay. All MGM properties. And another interesting footnote here is that the T-Mobile Arena, the home of the Vegas Golden Knights NHL hockey team, is located right behind New York, which is owned by MGM Corporation. And then the Raider Stadium is located just over on the other side of the interstate, which is maybe not even a mile west of us here. And it is, as you see Mandalay Bay here, it is closest to Mandalay Bay, which is an MGM-owned casino. And they're going to be building the new MLB stadium that we just mentioned, right there where the Tropicana site sits. And in doing so, it's going to be right surrounded by MGM. So I ask you, which company runs this town? They've got 3 ballparks going in all around. There is Mandalay Bay right there, along with the Luxor, and a red light right in front of us. So this will give us an opportunity to take a look here at the Luxor. Area equals 1/3 base times height, if I remember my geometry classes correctly. With that bright light that shines up to space, they say. I've never been up there, so I wouldn't know. But heading back north on Las Vegas Boulevard now, on the Strip. The airport is just to the right of us here. A lot of folks I've seen, they want to know if they can walk from the airport to their hotel. I would strongly recommend no. It is a pretty good distance from where the airport terminal is up here, even to these casino hotels right here at Mandalay Bay and Luxor, MGM Grand. It's a good distance. Moreover, I've had folks comment and ask if it's okay to whether they should Uber or they should take a taxi. And taxis are supposed to have all flat rates now, so long hauling is supposed to be a thing of the past. I don't know if they're still trying to long haul, but long hauling is, of course, the practice of taking... Oh, hey, Odom. How are you, buddy? We are here at the south end of the Las Vegas Strip, about to head through the main Strip corridor. And finally got the green light here, and there is, again, the Luxor. And I saw some other comments up there, but I couldn't hit them in time, so apologies for that. And Uber, of course, they want you to tip them, but good and bad stuff with Uber. I mean, who knows whom your driver really is. They don't, like, do security checks on them, do they? There's Excalibur, seen better days in my humble opinion. It's just not looking as good as it used to. But they have that old medieval theme going on there, so that's kind of a draw on that. It also has Dick's Last Resort, it's called there, which is, I think they treat people like crap in there. I've never been, but I've read that in a lot of the online forums. MGM Grand here on the right. Looks like they're advertising, oh, Maroon 5, but right before that it looks like they were advertising Chris Brown. And New York, New York over here on the left with the Statue of Liberty. Very bright light. And Saturday night here on the Strip, traffic is jammed. Hakkasan nightclub they're advertising for there with inside the MGM Grand. And again, the Tropicana over here, all lit up for some reason, even though they're going to demolish it in October and replace it with the ballpark for Major League Baseball's Oakland A's, who will then become the Las Vegas A's, or Athletics. And there is the Statue of Liberty, along with everything else there. From New York, Chrysler Building, Empire State Building, etc. More pedestrian walkways here. Raising Cane's over here on the right, along with the M&M store. Marshall's, in case you forgot your nightclub clothes. No, it's not rainy, it's just my stupid my stupid windshield. I've tried to wash it, and I've gotta really get up there and scrub. I'm sorry about that. No, in fact, the weather's been nice all day today, except for the rain. The rain has been the one thing. You look out there at Park MGM and the Aria. Ross, dressed for less. I guess they can afford keeping the lights on the Tropicana even though they're officially closed. Yeah. Hey, Isle. Yeah, I guess they made so much money off the place they kept it on. And they're going to keep it on for 6 months. I don't know why they're waiting so long to demolish it. And the team doesn't come here, doesn't start playing until 2028. Which is really weird. 4 years just to get the stadium built. I mean, I know it takes time and all that. The Raider Stadium certainly took some time to get built too. But the team itself is going to play in Sacramento at the Sacramento Rivercast. See the guitar there at the front of the Hard Rock Hotel. Apologies. The lights, the big bright white LEDs, they make it look crappy here. Let me hit the windshield. There we go. Try that now. Let's see if that's any better. Really got to get out there and scrub it. But yeah, so they don't play until 2028. And we sit here for 4 years with them building that building for the next 6 months. Nothing's happening at all. So just really weird. Finally got the green light. And we're going to get around this Sentra here. All right, CBS as well as Aria there. That's a long ways out. Yes, it is, definitely. I don't know why, I don't know. Oh, we got a lane over here. We'll go ahead and get over here. And there is the crystal shops there. And forgive me for the spots on the windows there. We've got Veer Towers, those two towers there that look kind of slanted. That's the V for Veer, Aria, as well as the crystal shops right there. Planet Hollywood. As we proceed northbound here on the strip. Thanks to all of you really for joining. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It's my first time live streaming, so hope I'm bringing you a good show here on the Las Vegas Strip. Light just turned green. I will, okay, they're going. Marquee Day Club and Nightclub and Day Club there. P.F. Chang's. Bellagio there. Don't know if the fountains are going. It's just after 8 here in Vegas, so I would think that would be one of the times they would be holding the show for the fountains. You can see Paris there, as well as the Eiffel Tower. And why are we stopping? You guys have me in the middle of an intersection. Oh my, I don't know where that came from. I think we might have someone trying to Uber. Yep, it is. It's a Lyft driver. There's the Bellagio there. With Caesar Palace right there to the left of that. I'm gonna get back over because it looks like they have this lane closed up there. Horseshoe, formerly Bally's. And this charger is not pulling up, but there's the Bellagio. While we await our movement. They're not doing the fountains right here. I don't know why. That's weird. Giordano's, world's best pizza. They're very good. I don't know about world's best, but they're. I'm a huge pizza nut, so I definitely love pizza. There's a bunch of places in town that are really good. It's actually good to see it from this advantage. Oh, cool. Glad to hear it. And there's Vanderpump. The Caesars properties tend to be right here around the center, what they call center strip, around Caesar Palace. And the Bellagio fountains are still not going. It's unusual. And we're gonna go ahead and get over here. And I'm not sure what kind of music that is that's playing. I don't want to get copyrighted here on YouTube, so I need to keep talking over it, make sure that it's not picked up by the mic here. More Caesar Palace. Coming up to the light here at Flamingo Road. Flamingo is, of course, a major east-west artery here in town. Named so because of the Flamingo Hotel and Casino right there on the corner. Dre's live in concert, The Baby. With all the stuff going on with Diddy right now, they've still got his people out there. Not that it's not funny. I'm surprised that they're putting him out in the public right now. I think he was from South Florida. The Baby. Nobu Hotel over there, Caesars. Bright Lights, big city. The Link up here ahead, as well as the Mirage. On the way down south on the strip, we saw the Mirage, and mentioned they're going to be building the big guitar hotel similar to the one they have located down in Hollywood, Florida, just outside Fort Lauderdale, right to the front of the Mirage building there on the left. So that'll be another feature here on the strip. The strip is constantly evolving, which is probably good for its own survival, really, because you don't want people to say that, oh, I've been there, I don't need to go back, but this place needs the people to keep coming back. And so you got to keep reinventing yourself, giving people a reason to keep coming back over and over again. And this light here at Flamingo is very long. See the marquee up there. Yeah, they have to keep reinventing themselves. And you know, with the ballpark, I mean, I'm a huge sports fan. I love sports, and I'm glad that MLB's coming to town. I'm not glad that it's the A's because that team is run not very well. I'll just say that. But there's so many empty lots here, just north and south of the Strip. There's no reason for them. See the Flamingo marquee there. No reason for them to be tearing down a casino that's been up for 60-something years. I think it's 1957 it opened up. Jerry Seinfeld being advertised there on the front of the Caesar's Palace. The Forum shops that lead into Caesars. And I believe that's where the Vander place is, for anyone that's interested in that. Harrah's, longtime staple here again on the right. Donny Osmond being advertised out front. And this is the Deuce. We've talked about the Deuce, this bus. Double-decker bus. Is it double-decker? I'm not sure. But nonetheless, it's the Deuce. It runs up and down the Strip, all the way from the Strip up to Fremont Street. So you can take the Deuce. I think it's like $8 all day or something like that. I saw an ad for it. And I mentioned a couple of earlier videos. You see the Forum shops right there. But you can take the Deuce. Oh boy. They just get in front of you and then they just slam on the brakes. Treasure Island, one of the few. There's Mirage there, and then right in that front of that space there, that's where the waterfall is and stuff. That's where the Guitar Hotel is going to be put. There's the volcano in there. They're going to be tearing that out of there, and they're going to be putting that Guitar Hotel right there. It's just it's odd with so much space on both ends of the Strip. Why have to tear down the Tropicana, something that's been there since 1957? I get that it was mob run. I mean, I did a video in there back in the beginning of March to document its closing, but it has low ceilings. I mean, I get it. It's an older place, but it's just, you know, I don't know. Venetian over here on the right, along with the Palazzo, both owned by the Sands Corporation. Sands Corporation, of course, owns the property behind these both of these hotels, where the Sphere is. Can't see the Sphere from the Strip per se. You can see it from the back of the hotels here on the east side of the Strip, i.e. Palazzo, Venetian. But TI, you see the sign right there for Treasure Island, free parking. And that is a very exceedingly rare thing nowadays. And a lot of this traffic is going into the Venetian here to our right. Siegfried and Roy Drive over there on the left, near the Mirage Marquee. Lots of pedestrian traffic. And the Strat's sitting there proudly at the north end of the Strip. And we finally get the green light here. That's Siegfried and Roy. And come up to the light here at Sirens Cove, Palazzo. And this guy, not sure what he's doing. Resorts World up there on the left. So they say that the Sphere is the world's largest LED TV screen. Got it. And they say the second largest is right there on Resorts World. I don't know if anyone's actually gone in and measured these LED TV screens, but you know, for like Guinness Book of World Records purposes and things like that. There's Fashion Show Mall there on the left, Neiman Marcus. And there is the pirate ship right there in front of TI, Treasure Island. Sands Avenue, along with Encore, right here on the corner, the northeast corner. Completely dark out here now on the Las Vegas Strip. I guess it has been for a while, but Fontainebleau up there on the right. And again, that place was under construction, then they just stopped constructing it until just recently, and it opened up only like 6 months ago. So Davidoff of Geneva cigar bar there across the street at Fashion Show Mall. Got a green light up here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get over because I'll go against my own advice here and go into the right lane. You can see the roof there for the fashion show. Looks like a giant surfboard to me. You see all the hotel brands there on the top of the Resorts World. Hilton. Here at the Wynn. I know there's a few areas in here along the strip that have the best cell service. Wynn South Park, Encore Resorts. And the big LED screen in the world, second largest there at Resorts World, or so it said. Looks like some police activity up here ahead. Encore Beach Club. The Gold Key Shopping Center here. T-shirts, souvenirs. There's Resorts World right there. Oh my, this guy just fell right over me there. Around him. Okay. Convention Center. Guys from Florida in front of us. There's the Fontainebleau, and there's a good shot of Resorts World right there. I have not been inside there yet, so I have nothing to say really about it. Not Micho's Tacos. Oops. Fontainebleau. And it's got its marquee lit up there, but these lights are not helping me. Chris Young at Resorts World. So you get to sit here and watch ads while you're sitting at the red lights. Tacos El Gordo here, which directly translated, I believe, means fat man tacos. There. Silver City Plaza. And again, yeah, it's not raining, it's just the stupid windshield. I think it's been sandblasted by all the sand here in town, being blown around by the winds. 7-Eleven, Denny's, Walgreens there on the right, along with a Ross, Dress for Less. Carrie Underwood Reflection advertised there at Resorts World. Now passing Convention Center Drive. Convention Center here is huge, humongous. And then you have all the little convention centers attached to the, I call them little, but they're still huge, attached to each of the casinos. Come up to the light here at Resorts World. I traveled about, what, 1,000 feet maybe? Looking back up here at Resorts World there. And its marquee. Ad that says Blue Bar, B-L-E-A-U, sip and see stars. Okay. But again, Fontainebleau, from what I've seen online and social media, is very expensive. You are going to need your wallet. Probably access to your ATM card. And an ambulance coming the other way here. he's headed. Looks like he's stuck in traffic over there on the other side now. Oh, no, he's stopped right there. In front of the Sky, Las Vegas. I believe that's the Sky. Right there, that building. A lot of traffic, a lot of folks here. I think for the Super Bowl they said they had something in the order of 300,000 people here. I don't know how they quantify that. It's not like they count them when they come into the airport. Looks like a medical emergency or some sort over there. You can see the Strat there. You don't realize how big it is, that ginormous it is, until you get right on top of it. It is huge. Avenue Fontainebleau. And the Sahara, formerly the SLS, formerly the Sahara. All the major roads here named after the casinos that were located on the corner of that east-west artery and Las Vegas Boulevard. So Sahara, Flamingo, Tropicana, which is about to go bye-bye, of course. See, this is a huge empty lot sitting right here at the north end of the Strip. And in fact, it was discussed here at Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. It was discussed as a potential home for the stadium for the Oakland A's, Las Vegas A's, but they just couldn't come to terms on whatever. And usually that means not enough money was being offered. But I know they want to be able to have folks come out of the ballpark and stream right into a casino. I get it. It's just, you know, it's a huge piece of land over here on the corner, Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. World's largest gift shop right there, Bonanza Gift and Souvenir Shop. Been there forever. General store, gift shop, and the Strat. And so the Strat is pretty much the beginning or end, depending upon your perspective, of the Las Vegas Strip. And the entire Las Vegas Strip is not within the city of Las Vegas, which a lot of people find surprising. It's actually in Clark County. Back in the old days, the casino operators did not want to be subject to the rules on Fremont Street. Because that was in city limits, the city limits of Las Vegas, and they were instituting new rules and stuff. And so Bugsy Siegel and some others decided, okay, we're just going to go a little bit outside the city limits into Clark County, and well, the whole thing's in Clark County, but across the city limits into what is still Clark County, and then we'll just only be subject to Clark County regulation and not the city of Las Vegas. So that being said, you see the welcome to City of Las Vegas sign up ahead of us. This one is newer. They just put it up probably 5 years ago. There's a wedding chapel over there. Of course, it's one of many. Tons of wedding chapels here. Bob Stupak Avenue, named Bob Stupak for Bob Stupak, who had a hand in a lot of things here, but namely building this structure right here called the Strat. Extending up, I believe is it 1,200 feet? I have to look at it again. Or is it 1,000 feet? Something like that. I know it's 4 digits, but extending up that high. Chapel in the Clouds at the Strat, advertised right there. Formerly known as the Stratosphere. When it was purchased by, I think it's Golden Gaming, they decided to go ahead and rebrand it. So instead of Stratosphere, it's called Strat. But Bob Stupak was the guy that was behind all of that. when putting together the Strat and its origins. Behind the Strat, I have filmed that area back there many times. It is not a very good area. It's called Naked City. It is named that because a lot of the showgirls that used to dance down here on the Strip would lay out in the sun, and they would be naked, and the pilots would be flying overhead into the airport, and they would call it Naked City, that part of town, Naked City. And so the name has stuck, but it is, they have a lot of calls for service in that area, and I have quite a few videos of that area. Feel free to check those out. As we travel now between the Las Vegas Strip and downtown. We're going to stay here on Las Vegas Boulevard, okay. And I get a lot of comments from folks asking if it's safe to walk, or if they should walk between the Strip and Fremont Street. I'm going to say no. It's 1.8 miles, which I don't know the conversion to metric, but yeah, 1.8 miles, and this is the area. And certainly at night, I would probably take the bus. I think the bus runs pretty late, so. Or you could just Uber. We come up to the light here at Charleston Boulevard, another major east-west artery. And Charleston, this part of the Strip here, oh, it's not the Strip, we're now north of the Strip. But again, you can see the areas here, the neighborhoods. Siegel Suites there. It's a chain of a hotel chain here in town. And there's a lot of those suites, Siegel Suites around town. So yeah, back to Naked City. Lots of calls for service back there, but it's right behind the Strat, and off of Sahara and just west of the Strat here at Las Vegas Boulevard. A lot of calls for service in there. I have videos of driving around back in there, so feel free to check those out in the library. Thanks all of you for sticking around and joining. Really appreciate you being here. Taxi went up over the curb on the other side of the street. Bliss Wedding Chapel up here on the right. Just seeing that stick out. And now crossing Charleston Boulevard. There's that Bliss Wedding Chapel right there. And coming up to Gas Avenue. And there is Pawn Stars right there, 713 South Las Vegas Boulevard. It just sneaks up on you and you're like, wow, oh, there it is. Graceland Parking, Graceland Wedding Chapel, Mon Bel Ami. My beautiful friend Wedding Chapel there. Pizza and wings open till 4 a.m. right there. At Bonneville Avenue and Las Vegas Boulevard. And you can see these signs up here, Clark Inn Motel. Here in the median. As we get closer to downtown Las Vegas here, and we just got caught by the light. Clark Avenue. Of course, we're here in Clark County. Las Vegas is the county seat here. And there's the Circa. You can see its marquee lit up on the right there. Looks like they're advertising UFC. Got the green light again. I believe this is a federal courthouse, or at least a federal governmental building here on the right. Come up here to the light. Bridger Avenue. Fully federal building. That's another federal building here But the courthouse, I believe, is housed in the one that I mentioned the first time. Apache Motel. Master Charge, Visa, American Express. Carson Avenue, presumably named Carson because of the state capital, Carson City, located about 400 miles northwest of here. .30 in the evening here in Sin City. And that limo across the street has what looks like dunce caps on the top of it. Or something. I don't know what that is. That's funky looking. And these are long lights. Unknown why. It looks like it's on a timer because it's not... there's no one traveling westbound right now. Except for this town car lowrider, and the light turned red for him just in time, unfortunately for him. Oh, look at the masses up here. This is Fremont Street. Fremont Street experience here is immediately to our left. You see the Heart Attack Grill there. Anyone over 350 pounds eats free. The folks here are heading east on Fremont Street into what is known as the Fremont East District. And there is the Fremont Street experience right there. No turn on red, so we're safe here. Along with Hennessy Tavern. And it is packed. Fremont Street is packed. Now, Fremont Street itself is free. They have a bunch of bars and a little bit of shopping, and certainly the casinos as well. So this is the Fremont East District. You can see some of the places here. Lots of partying. And that old Vegas neon sign there. As well as the El Cortez, which has been here forever. 6th Street. And the container park is up here on the right. We can see if we can catch a glimpse of the praying mantis snorting fire. I don't know if they're going to do that. I've got a green light, so I guess I should go. But it looks like I'm not going to be able to get to see him snort fire, unfortunately. Western Hotel, Downtowner Motel. Here just east, and you can see the pedestrian crowds thin out considerably here now. Oh, thanks, Isle, I appreciate that. 9th Street Motel. Llamas stay for free, it says there. Oh, it was blurry, I'm sorry about that. Atomic Liquors. This is where, I believe this is where in the first Hangover movie, Mr. Chow crashed into the guys with his Escalade. Right here at this intersection. Right in front of Atomic Liquors. I think it was at like 4 in the morning or something. Yeah, probably the connection, yeah. I'm on T-Mobile. There's a guy in Southern California that I watch live, and he has T-Mobile as well. And it's hit or miss, unfortunately. Coming up to Maryland Parkway. Las Vegas Motel signed right there on the left. And 13th Street. Los Gables Court right there. Siegel Suites up here on the left as we continue east on Fremont Street here. You can see the price of gas there on the left. Cash price for gas, regular unleaded, is $4.39. Credit price, $4.49. South of Park left. No lights. It looks like some of the street lights, 2 of them are lit up on the other side, but the rest of the street lights here, non-existent. Unknown why that is. Netflix and chill, it says over there at that Desert Moon Motel. This is a good distance away from Fremont Street, so I'd probably recommend staying on Fremont Street if you wanted to do that, like for Queens or Binion's, Golden Nugget, something like that. Golden Nugget has that aquarium in there. It's pretty cool. Safari Motel, Sterling Motel. Sky Ranch Motel. A lot of these buildings over here. Very old. Taco Bell. And we're gonna make a left here onto Eastern Avenue because Fremont Street becomes Boulder Highway up there just past the second light at Charleston Boulevard. So we're gonna make this left onto Eastern, go northbound. AutoZone there. And yeah, there's a lot of calls for service in this area here. Almost just about anywhere here east of Fremont Street. Tons of calls for service. And now true northbound here on Eastern. Light at Ogden. And we're going to get over and get into the right-hand lane so that we can turn onto Stewart Avenue. Behind this concrete mixer, it looks like. And there's the 24-hour tire shop over there on the northwest corner of Stewart and Eastern here. And you can kind of make out El Cortez back that way, downtown, along with the Circa. Just past that 7-Eleven there. "24-hour tire shop along with the insurance and Casa Latina there on the right, Eastview Plaza. Yeah, that looks like a concrete mixer. Please do like, follow, and subscribe to us if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. Be there in the Fremont in late September. Excellent. Right on. It's really a lot of fun. I mean, it's not like the Strip in that it's all just contained right there where the canopy is, and I strongly recommend staying underneath the canopy. I mean, you can go over to Container Park. I wouldn't advise going past Container Park though. But anything really under the canopy, and it's just so wild down there. I saw a video of, there was a fight down there on Thursday night, two guys going at each other at like 11 p.m. for whatever reason. But that sort of thing can happen anywhere. It's really, you know, but it's fun. You know, they have they have live music down there, and a couple years ago they had Sebastian Bach down there playing. He did 18 in Life. That was really cool. Being an 80s kid myself, being able to take that in. Coming up to the light here at 28th Street. Once the numbered streets stop being named numbered streets and become named streets, the neighborhood tends to get a little better. But then again, the Clark County Detention Center is up here on the left, so that's a measured statement for sure. As we head eastbound here on Stewart Avenue. Approach the light at Mojave here. Saw a guy get ousted area by mob security. Oh wow. Alto ego, huh? Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, some people just, they get so drunk and they can't control themselves and then just go maniacs, you know. But again, that could happen at any bar in America, or worldwide for that matter. You know, some people just can't control their liquor, so, you know, it's sad, but you know, as long as the music's playing and, you know, people are having a good time. I've seen families down there, you know, with kids in strollers at midnight. on Fremont Street. And I'm like, whoa, this is wild. You got your kid out here at midnight. Looks like an old Celica in front of us here. Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy. And you see a lot of that too. I mean, a lot of parents with strollers here in town. Just rolling their kids around. And we've got to get over. And this guy's actually letting me over. That's nice. We approach the light here at Pecos. I've had several viewers tell me that it's pronounced Pecos and not Pecos. So Pecos it is. Pecos Road here on the east side of town. Pecos is actually another north-south, major north-south artery. Goes all the way up to the north end of town where the VA, the huge VA medical center is. However, it does not connect to this stretch of Pecos right here for whatever reason. So you see that a lot though. There's a lot of streets here that don't go all the way through. I'm thinking of Desert Inn, I'm thinking of Maryland Parkway, Buffalo on the west side of town. It gets cut off by a golf course in the middle of its path. So yeah, you see that all over the place. And there's actually the US 95 / US 93 / Interstate 11 / Interstate 515 is right here. The overpasses kind of make it out there. Not very well lit up, but it's right there. So no exit here at Stewart for that. Stewart is actually 2 blocks north of Fremont Street down there downtown. I would also highly recommend Pizza Rock when you get here. It's gonna be amazing. I love Pizza Rock. US Marshal vehicle there. So if you haven't tried Pizza Rock, definitely try it out. And then Nacho Daddy, again, is another chain here in town, but it's pretty good. There was a location in Henderson that I used to go to off of Eastern Avenue, but it's not there anymore. Yes, very long. And there we go. Get out from behind that traffic. Pico Stewart Apartments there on the right. You bet, Pizza Rock's amazing. It's a chain. They have another location down at Green Valley Ranch, but the one down on Fremont is amazing. Yeah, and they have seating, like, you know, wait staff and all that. So it's cool. You can go in there and relax. And also, you know, the other place too is that gosh, whiskey liquor. It's called. With the round bar, it rotates. So you sit in the bar and it rotates like every hour or whatever, however long it takes for the thing to rotate around in a circle. And that's kind of cool. It's up on the 2nd floor. I forget which hotel it is, but I saw it down there not too long ago, and it's really cool. Another place to just chill and relax, because of course there's nowhere to really sit when you're down on Fremont. You're just standing around a lot. So continuing eastbound here on Stewart. And you see these walls here, the homes behind them on both sides of Stewart. This Escalade is taking his time. Speed limit 45, we're doing 35. More apartments lining Stewart here. As we approach the light here at Lamb Boulevard, which is a major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Well, the northeast side, I should say. It starts down at Desert Inn, curves actually at Boulder Highway, and then becomes Lamb from Desert Inn Road, and then goes all the way out to the north end of town. It actually has an interchange at Lamb and Interstate 15. So, because Interstate 15 begins to curve out north of the downtown area there, Fremont Street. Actually, it begins to curve right around Sahara Avenue. Another tire shop over there across the street. Got the green light here. Not sure what's happening. Okay, U-turn it is. And Fred's Tavern right there. They have another location like a mile away from this one. I've never been inside. They say they have good pizza. I've never tried it. But it's another one of those local gambling halls. And the gambling halls tend to not to have a whole lot in the way of windows in their buildings, so. And I get it, they don't want, you know, kids peeping in and all that, but I don't know, I kind of like to look outside from time to time when I'm imbibing. Legally, of course, without driving. I'll make this right here on the Bonanza Road. Bonanza is another major east-west artery here in Las Vegas. La Bonita Nails. Welcome HPN Medicaid members. There on the Walgreens sign. Another Popeyes. Heading eastbound here on Bonanza. There's actually a beautiful Mormon church at the very end of Bonanza up here. These 6 steeples. I'm not Mormon, just putting that out there. But the church itself is beautiful. They have these huge steeples on it that are all well lit at night. And another artery here with these walls. We've seen these all over town, separating everything. The homes from the streets. Light here at Marion Drive, which is not a major artery. Continue eastbound. And I'm going to need to pull in here and get some gas, so I'm going to leave it running. Leave the stream running. Hopefully the signal's okay. The big Kmart right here, you can see the sign for it still up there, just past that light that got in the way. I need to get over here. Yeah, it's just sitting there vacant. I'm surprised the homeless haven't moved in. There's been a huge problem with homeless on this side of town, the east side of town here. Let's see, the winds are still going crazy here. This little shopping center here has a state office over here, State of Nevada Division of Welfare and Supportive Services. And more fast food here. Jack in the Box and McDonald's. We're going to pull in here and get some fuel. And I'm just going to leave this running right here. Please stick around. while that pump's there, I will show you there's a Church's Chicken up there. Gas, I'm paying $5.09 for super here at this 7-Eleven/Citgo. It's really wild. $5.09 a gallon. Need to, then they don't even have the brush here that I can use to clean the windshield with, of course. But that's typical for most 7-Elevens. They don't, if they do have a brush, there's no water or anything in it, it's just a brush. And I've talked to some of the clerks that say it's because the homeless, they come in and they try and bathe in the little container that holds the water and stuff. So vehicle next to me has a tire, looks like it ripped a tire off at the pump next to me. I'm not going to point the camera over there because there's people standing there, but I don't know how on earth you... Yeah, the tread is completely shredded. I don't know what he did. Maybe he drove on it flat. All right, just stick around. I'll be right back. It said C cashier for receipt. No thanks. I don't want to go in there.
Bluetooth mode.
So, we will continue this journey here. Try and get out of this shopping center. Sorry about that. Arby's here. And go this way. This is, of course, Nellis Boulevard, featured in quite a few of the earlier videos. Major north-south artery here on the east side of town, all the way down to Russell. And then it ends over here at Craig Road. It's like a little mini Pep Boys there, just past that 7-Eleven. So this is really an interesting feature. In fact, I'm fascinated by it. There's a 7-Eleven, the one we just left, and there's a 7-Eleven on the kitty corner, as I've learned to call it. The corner right there. So you've got two 7-Elevens. One of them doesn't have gas, but still two 7-Elevens sitting here. And so that's pretty interesting. I mean, there's a ton of 7-Elevens everywhere, but right across the intersection from one another like that, that's interesting. So now we're headed northbound on Nellis Boulevard here. We have the East Side Public Library right here, right down Harris here. Goes down towards El Dorado High School. And no traffic there. They have a turn signal, but I don't know why. Yeah, tons of calls for service in this area. I would highly recommend folks probably look for homes out in the Summerlin area. Of course, it's all contingent on what you can afford and all that. I get that, but this side of town, you're going to be dealing with a lot of calls for service. around you. Nellis Plaza. Continue northbound here on Nellis and approach the intersection here with Washington Avenue, another major east-west artery here on the east side of town. Buck's Tavern, another windowless building. It's a little sports bar, tiny sports bar, but I've never been inside, so I can't say anything about it other than noticing there are no windows. Another Dottie's Casino. Those are, of course, located all over the place. Ad for Bighorn Casino. That's in North Las Vegas on Lake Mead Boulevard. We come up to the light here at Owens Avenue. Owens is a major east-west artery. It becomes Vegas Drive west of Rancho, I believe. I don't know if these lights, the street lights, are just spaced out they're spaced far apart, but it just seems dark. I don't know why. And there's the, oh no, we passed it. The former Hush Puppy location. Hush Puppy used to be really, really good here on the east side of town. And there's another location out on West Charleston as well, but good food. They had a salad bar, and then the pandemic came. They took away their salad bar, and then the business just fell off completely. People were mad they took the salad bar away, so I guess they live by the salad bar, not by the salad bar. We're turning right onto East Lake Mead Boulevard now. Past the Dollar General. And a food truck right there on the right. Beto's Auto Repair and Electrical, it says there. Now these lights, I don't know. I don't know if they do seem brighter. It's the orange instead of the white. I don't know, maybe it's just me. La Paloma Meat Market over here on the left as we pass Christie Lane. Lots of videos of our time on Christie Lane there. Trujillo Commissary. And Lynn Lane as we approach the light at Sloan. We've shown the neighborhood up here at Sloan quite a bit. Just north of Lake Mead Boulevard here. Again, tons and tons of calls for service. There's a community center here, and those red and blue flashing lights, which again are supposed to deter crime, but I question their success rate. And this is a truck route, a lot of heavy trucks up and down Lake Mead Boulevard here, so it tends to be really, the road tends to be torn up. Continue eastbound on East Lake Mead Boulevard. And again, I'd love to be able to bring you, crime scene type of stuff, but I can't because we're not allowed to have scanners. They don't broadcast police channels on in Vegas anymore out to the public because of the excuse was October 1, the October 1 shooting back in 2017, but there's Timbers over there on the left. That's another chain here in town. I'm actually kind of fond of it. It is a gambling hall, food and gaming, but they have tons of TVs, and the only problem is the cigarettes, but I really rather like it, but that's me. It's kind of a Western motif. It's one of the few sit-down dine-in restaurants here on the east side of town. got to go into Walmart. So, listen, I want to thank all of you so very, very much for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Our very first live stream ever. And thank you all for subscribing and being here. And again, we would not be here without you. I don't know what these people are doing here, standing in the middle of the roadway and stuff. Okay. But again, thank you so much. We would not be here without you. And please, 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 if you already haven't subscribed, liked, and followed, please do. I would keep going, but I've got to get a little shopping done, so. Thanks again so much for joining, everyone. We will see you again next time, and God bless you. Remember, it's the journey. That's the important thing. Thanks, Isle. Great to have you here, man. Good to see you. We'll see you here next time.